Tonight at 5, thick smoke from Canadian wildfires is again causing air quality advisories across the U.S. How long they're expected to last right here in Wisconsin. Plus, how a new bill on alcohol regulation could impact wedding venues across the state. And search and rescue recovery efforts after the wildfires in Maui continue, why officials decided not to activate warning sirens. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. And right now, much of Wisconsin is under that air quality advisory. It is expected, unfortunately, to last through the weekend. Take a look. The hazy weather is being caused by this wildfire smoke out in Canada. That country is in the midst of one of its worst wildfire seasons ever, with more than 1,000 fires burning right now. And some of that smoke, again, heading our way. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio with his first warn forecast. Gary?
You know, yesterday our winds were out of the south and southwest, and that warmed us up. Now we've cooled down today, but the winds have shifted to the northwest, and that's bringing in the Canadian wildfire smoke. An air quality advisory in effect for the entire state of Wisconsin through 6 a.m. Monday morning. Now, the smoke hasn't been too bad today because of those brisk winds kind of blowing or mixing up the air a little bit. We've also had a few spotty showers, especially northeast of Madison. But farther out to the west, it's kind of hard to make out in the visible satellite imagery, but there is some wildfire smoke starting to spread through Minnesota and into parts of Wisconsin. But Doppler track shows that the showers and storms from last night have raced off to the east. Right now, the last of the showers are clearing out of southern Wisconsin, and at this point, 6-hour future track radar doesn't really show anything for us. Low temperatures this morning, fairly mild, middle 60s. We had some showers and thunderstorms, even an isolated severe thunderstorm over toward Beloit that produced some hail. Current temperatures are in the upper 60s to lower 70s, so a big change from yesterday in those brisk winds, adding a little bit to the chill. 69 in Madison right now, 73 degrees in Sun Prairie, and 72 in Verona. Look for skies to become mostly clear this evening. Temperatures dropping into the lower 60s as the winds die down later on tonight. But I'll take a look at how long that wildfire smoke may last and a big warm-up that we have on the way at the end of the weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. A new bill that would overhaul the state's alcohol regulations got its final hearing today. Now, part of the bill would also make some changes for wedding venues. As political reporter Will Keneally explains, it has some venue owners concerned here. Will?
So, Eric, the bill's authors say that broadly this creates uniformity across everybody that deals with alcohol here in Wisconsin. But with that uniformity, the bill would also require some venues to, in most cases, have new liquor licenses where beforehand they wouldn't have to.
When we opened in 2005, our mission was to educate school children about farm animals.
But with field trip funds drying up during the 2008 recession, Mulberry Lakes Farm needed to diversify.
And barn weddings was the answer to bring that much-needed revenue in.
Farm owner Bonnie Keys says the changes this bill would implement would make it harder for her business to continue. Right now, wedding barns in Wisconsin do not need a liquor license. But under the bill up today, in most cases, they would need a license.
Under current law, you need a liquor license in Wisconsin in 2 instances: if you sell alcohol or if you consume it in a public place. So these barns don't sell alcohol, and they're not considered a public place, so if you consume alcohol there, you don't need a permit. Yeah, so these would be privately owned places that host private events. For the first time, would be considered a public place under the liquor laws and required to get a permit.
That, however, could mean dealing with specific zoning laws in a barn's municipality. In some other cases, a wedding barn could get a non-alcohol permit under this bill, but that would create its own limitations.
This limits us to 6 events a year. With such a cut in revenue, it will have a great impact on our ability to keep our educational petting farm open and to continue school field trips.
The bill is currently working its way through committee, and advocates are asking for some changes before it hits the floor.
Please draft an amendment to eliminate the restrictions of 6 events a year, 1 a month, and to include the ability of our wedding couples to serve their guests a traditional Wisconsin old-fashioned.
So now the bill already passed the Assembly with pretty broad support. So now on the Senate side, it received a hearing today before it will likely in the next couple of weeks receive a vote in that Senate committee before it heads to the full Senate floor. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. New at 5, Iowa County officials are investigating after a man was trampled by a steer. Deputies got a call about this incident just before 10 this morning, saying the 72-year-old man was hit by a bull on a farm on County Highway BB. The man was flown to a hospital via med flight with serious injuries. His condition at this hour is unknown. Also new tonight, authorities have identified a hiker who fell to his death at Devil's Lake State Park earlier this week. They have confirmed 42-year-old Jason Gillum, a radiologist from Fort Wayne, Indiana, died from an accidental fall. Dr. Gillum was on the West Bluff near the park's north shore when he got separated from another hiker. An investigation revealed he fell 49 feet. No foul play is suspected. Madison police arrested two 13-year-olds and a 10-year-old after they were caught trying to steal multiple vehicles on the city's north side. Officers were called to Northport and Dryden Drives. This was just after 7 last night. The group allegedly broke the windows of two vehicles but failed in trying to steal them. They tried doing the same to a third vehicle before being stopped by the car's owner. The three also tried running away but were caught by officers. One of the 13-year-olds and the 10-year-old were released to family members, but the third is facing potential charges. Christopher Miller's family has spent the last 9 months searching for answers as to what happened to their loved one. Sunday, his body was found, and the Rock County Sheriff's Office yesterday released a timeline of their search efforts. But his family told our Braden Ross today those answers only raised more questions. Braden?
That's right. The Rock County Sheriff's Office sent this timeline to media yesterday afternoon, but Miller's family told me they hadn't seen it until I showed it to them. In their response, it's still not enough.
They dismissed us, and that's how we feel. And I think it's a bunch of BS that there's this long 15-page timeline of events that they didn't even think to send us either, that they're releasing to the public to make it seem like they did all this when we know how we were treated and we know how, what actions they took.
The timeline lays out the more than 24 times Miller's family asked law enforcement for help, support they say they didn't get enough of. His family had a lot more to say about the investigation and where they'll go next. I'll have more on my conversation with them coming up tonight at 6.
Well, Braden, thank you. The Wisconsin Elections Commission is choosing not to vote on whether the state's top elections official should appear before a state Senate hearing on her reappointment. Now it's up to Megan Wolf to decide whether she will testify before the state Senate. Republicans who control the branch wish to force a vote on firing her. The Senate has set a date for the committee hearing on Wolf's reappointment for July 29th. We're less than a week away from the first presidential debate of this cycle in Milwaukee. Republican presidential hopefuls will come together to discuss the party's future. As our Catherine Merck shows us, this isn't the first time the party's had a very notable start in our state. Catherine?
Eric, the Republican Party was founded right here in Wisconsin. Known as the birthplace of the Republican Party in Ripon, the Little White Schoolhouse was where political leaders founded a party based on fighting slavery. That was before the Civil War. And now there's obviously a lot that's changed about the party since then, but the party's purpose remains the same. Leaders are adjusting to the polarized views of the people that they serve. As we look to this upcoming debate, leaders are once again faced with questions about how they'll move forward as a party, just as they did once before.
It's a bit tricky to see where the debate that's coming up will fall in that. And I find that if we look at the past, we understand how people work and we understand how we got to where we are today.
As historians like her just told us, looking at the past can help us understand more about where the Republican Party is going forward. This full story airs also tonight at 6 o'clock on News 3 Now.
And Catherine, thank you. And next week, stay with News 3 Now as our reporting teams join us live from the debate in Milwaukee throughout the day. News 3 Now this morning, anchor Chris Stanford will give you everything you need to know in the morning, and reporters Will Keneally and Catherine will be tracking the debate live from Fiserv Forum throughout the night. Former President Donald Trump using his legal troubles to raise money for his presidential campaign, but his Republican primary opponents are still struggling to get their messages heard over all the media coverage of the court battles. While polls show Trump remains the front runner, experts say it's still too early to tell who will take the nomination. At least 9 presidential hopefuls say they've met RNC requirements, but Trump hasn't yet said whether he'll attend next week's debate here in Wisconsin. The former president, who faces 91 felony counts in 4 different cases, wants his trials held after the election, but prosecutors are pushing to start as early as January, meaning those cases could play out during the beginning of primary season. With the death toll from last week's Hawaii wildfires now up to 111 and expected to climb even higher, emergency managers there in Maui are defending their decision not to activate warning sirens. Jordan Segundo reports from West Maui, where the community has come together to support each other.
As the flames move closer to their vacation rental in Lahaina, Christina Lee Garrido and her best friend made a decision that may have saved their lives.
It was thick black smoke, so we knew we needed to get to the pool. There were no other options.
With no official guidance on what to do, they waited in the pool for 2 to 3 hours until firefighters came to their rescue.
I think any warning would have been extremely helpful. even if it just got us to come out of our homes and our condos and look around.
But the head of Maui's emergency management agency is defending the decision not to activate sirens.
Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone malka. And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire.
As search efforts continue, locals are doing their part to help those who lost everything. All across Maui's west side, this is what you're seeing, the community coming together in what they're calling Kanaka Costco. You can see everything from toiletries to food, diapers, and so much more. This is the Maui coming together to help one another out, the Kokua, the Malama, and all the Aloha spirit.
We're not in the gated communities up north. This is the heart right here.
Every single person on this island is stepping up and doing something.
Maui Dr. Josh Starbuck is taking part in community organized relief efforts.
We've got people coming in, a lot of kind of medication refills, some burns, starting to see some more mental health issues popping up.
The need is overwhelming and the effort to help continues to grow. Jordan Segundo, CBS News, Maui.
Hawaii's Attorney General announced a third-part independent review of the state and county response to those wildfires. If you'd like to help the people affected, get in touch with the Red Cross. You can donate by phone. Simply call 1-800-HELP-NOW or the other number there on your screen. For more ways to donate, you can look for this story at channel3000.com. And coming up, Gary has more on the air quality advisories for us. Plus, we head to Canada where those wildfires are spreading. Those stories and more after the break. And on Wall Street, the slide continues this week for stocks. The Dow falling another 291 points, and NASDAQ off 158. S&P 500 loses 34. And we'll be right back.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures. There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $900 on Beauty Rest adjustable base sets. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at only $299, and when you upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit Spectrum.com today.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains. Designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Get 11% off the last roof you'll ever need with Menard Steel Roofing. Steel roofing is durable, adds value to your home, and can help you save on cooling costs. Steel roofing offers superior wind and hail resistance and is available in cut-to-your-length panels. Concrete Repair Tube is a pre-mixed commercial-grade crack filler and sealer. It's durable, flexible, and can be used for interior and exterior applications. A tube is just $249 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy.
Stay off the freeways.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tonight on News 3 Now, ahead of the first presidential debate in Milwaukee, I'm taking you to the place in Wisconsin where the GOP got its start.
Tonight at 6. Exploring Wisconsin's vital link to the Republican Party's past, present, and future.
Ahead of the first presidential debate in Milwaukee, I'm taking you to the place in Wisconsin where the GOP got its start.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Heading back to school can be stressful for children, but we're taking a closer look at some ways parents can help before they turn into bigger problems. According to a new survey, 71% of parents say something made the previous school year challenging for their child. Parents identified things like bullying, safety concerns, academics, and mental health, as well as social connection as the top concerns they saw with their kids struggling.
You have to start having conversations and start to see what they're thinking and feeling, how they thought last year went.
And to help facilitate those discussions, On Our Sleeves has created resources for parents, including conversation starters. Experts say parents should continue to check in with their children during the school year and problem solve as a family and with teachers to address issues that arise. For more information, you can visit onoursleeves.org. And a quick reminder, you only have until tomorrow to donate to our back to school supply drive. We're partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County to make sure every child in Dane County is set up for success this school year. You can drop off your supplies right here at our studios at News 3 Now or at any Metcalf's or Walgreens location. You can find a link to their back to school wish list on Amazon through this story at channel3000.com/back to school. Right now, mass evacuations have been ordered in the Northwest Territories of Canada, where hundreds of wildfires are burning through earth, homes, and businesses. Patrick Cornell now has the latest.
Massive walls of raging flames surrounding nearly every side of a family fleeing wildfires in Hay River, Canada. A woman in the car says the inferno was so intense the vehicle started melting during the drive.
It's just smoke. It's just smoke.
A woman engulfed by smoke evacuating Yellowknife calls it a terrifying experience. The Premier of the Northwest Canadian Territories is urging people to obey evacuation orders, saying in a statement, "We're all tired of the word unprecedented, yet there is no other way to describe this situation." Toxic smoke once again triggering unhealthy air quality in the northern United States.
This is a rapidly evolving situation. Our hearts and thoughts are with every community in the Northwest Territories who's been impacted, every person who's having to leave their home, and all the firefighters and emergency responders who are on the ground helping to keep people safe.
Along the California-Oregon border,
this fire's almost ready to escaping, but
people are fleeing the flames of 3 wildfires that have merged together. Meanwhile, 2 deaths are being investigated in Oregon as being potentially related to the heat waves striking the state. Officials there warning people trying to cool down in water.
Jumping into water, even as warm as 75 degrees, can cause your body to get stunned.
This, as Hillary rapidly intensifies in the Pacific, it's forecast to reach Category 4 hurricane strength by Saturday as it approaches the Baja California Peninsula. I'm Patrick Cornell reporting.
And as we've said, those Canadian wildfires will affect our air quality. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now with more details.
Yeah, air quality advisories have been issued for the entire state of Wisconsin through 6 a.m. on Monday morning. They've also been issued for much of Minnesota, at least through 11 p.m. Friday. Here's the situation. Right now, we've got a storm system that's sitting in the upper Midwest that's starting to turn our winds to a more northwesterly direction. That's starting to draw some of that wildfire smoke down. Now, our winds have been brisk enough to kind of mix up the air to keep the smoke from getting too intense, but you can see the next wave of haze here, the smoke, wildfire smoke, will get pulled into the system and drop southeastward across much of the upper Midwest over the next couple of days and probably last through the weekend. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. It'll be hazy at least through Sunday, maybe even into early parts of next week. It'll also turn hot. Temperatures tomorrow will be back in the upper 70s, will be the mid-80s on Saturday, and by Sunday, we should be up around 90 degrees and we'll be in the upper 80s to around 90 for most of next week. The humidity levels will be high as well, so the heat index could be up in the middle 90s. But even with that humidity, we've got a dry forecast. No rain is expected through next weekend as well. So the last of the showers have moved out into Lake Michigan across Wisconsin. The rain from earlier has moved off to the east. And looking over the last 7 days, we actually got a healthy amount of rain. Much of southern Wisconsin saw 2 to 4 inches of rain. There were pockets, especially even into parts of northeastern Iowa, where there might have been 5 or 6 inches of rain. It looks like the heaviest rain fell over southern Lake Michigan, fortunately over the lake, because radar estimates are over a foot of rain in that area. But much of the rest of the upper Midwest at least got an inch or 2 of rain, which is about average for this time of year. There were just those smaller pockets where there was less rain than normal. The drought monitor just issued today, or released today, as of August 15th, still showing severe drought conditions north and west of Madison, but now the drought conditions have lessened a little bit across much of at least south central Wisconsin, and actually are starting to improve across the southeastern portion of the state and through central portions portions of Wisconsin, but a lot of it just depends on the localized rainfall in any given spot. It's kind of interesting, too, because most of the drought conditions now are centered in our part of the country. The southern part of the United States, Texas into Louisiana, also another area. But notice California, much of the Rockies out west, really not seeing much in the way of drought conditions. The Climate Prediction Center monthly outlook for September has just been issued, calling for equal chances of above or below normal temperatures here. But take a look at the precipitation outlook. The bullseye right over our part of the Midwest, calling for below normal precipitation. That's a pretty high percentage for a monthly forecast. So looks like we're going to stay in that pattern for a while longer. Air quality advisory in effect until 6 a.m. Monday morning for all of Wisconsin. Plan United across Dane County. Skies will clear out. 55 for the low in Verona, 54 in Dalyville, and 55 in Windsor. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, a little cooler to the northwest, down to 49 in Camp Douglas, 52 in Wautoma, 54 in Janesville, and 56 for the low in Monroe. For tomorrow, partly sunny skies, hazy, very mild, high temperature at 78 degrees. And as we look at the first one, 7 to 10 day forecast, we're in the mid-80s for Saturday, around 90 on Sunday, and basically upper 80s to around 90 for much of next week. The humidity levels should stay high now through the middle part of next week, so the heat index probably up around 90 to 95 at times. We start dropping the humidity on Friday, and then by next weekend, temperatures back down closer to normal. But again, I don't have any rain over the next 10 days. As we take a look at first horn traffic right now, here is the view of the Beltline. You can see that moving pretty well, just our usual slowdowns right around Stoughton Road. Also an accident, looks like on Stoughton Road near Highway 30 right now, causing some minor delays there. Beltline traffic, pretty much normal travel times east and westbound. Sun Prairie to downtown inbound will take you 18 minutes. Going outbound from downtown to Sun Prairie will take you 22 minutes today. US 12 Middle to Sauk City is a 17-minute trip, and the normal 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. That's your news 3 now, first horn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Wisconsin's Department of Transportation getting some recognition for the success of the flex lane on the Beltline. The American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials awarding the project a Regional America's Transportation Award since it opened last year. DOT officials say the flex lane has decreased peak travel times by 45% and decreased crashes by 20%. Next at 5, why homeowners insurance costs are surging across the U.S. and how you can lower your rates. It's just ahead.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Send them back to school looking and seeing their best. Get premium eyewear and A+ patient care from the experienced team at Shopko Optical. Cross off eye exams on your back-to-school checklist. Schedule their comprehensive exam today.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs.
Then they are built in our very own factory,
Installed by a team of professionals and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
Yeah, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
As the impacts of climate change worsen, homeowners insurance is getting more expensive and harder to obtain in states that are considered to be at high risk of natural disasters. Ivan Rodriguez explains the factors driving up insurance costs and what homeowners can do about it.
With more than 2,200 homes and businesses destroyed or damaged in the Maui wildfires, according to the governor of Hawaii, the struggle to rebuild will be long and costly.
From the ashes, we will survive.
It's the latest in an unfortunate trend, the devastating increase in both the severity and frequency of natural disasters. And insurance companies are taking note, raising premiums in some cases and even pulling out entirely from disaster-prone markets like Louisiana and California.
Well, there's been a very difficult combination of an increase in risk with more drought, heat, wind, flood, in combination with migration towards the highest risk areas.
Another factor driving up the cost of homeowners insurance, inflation.
Everybody's paying more for construction materials, housing, rebuilding costs, labor, and so on. So even if you take the perils out of the conversation, they're still going to see an increase.
So what do you do if your rates are skyrocketing? David Martlett with the Brantley Risk and Insurance Center says companies are more likely to insure homes with features that protect it, like a fire-resistant roof or storm shutters. You can also look for alternative coverage options.
You need to contact probably an agent in your area. They would be your first source of maybe finding another carrier that has entered the market, or they can help you get coverage to the state-run market of last resort.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Stay with us. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
This is it. Our biggest mattress sale of the year is on now at Ashley. Save up to $900 on Purple mattresses and up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic. All with 72-month special financing. Only at Ashley.
Secure your home, add privacy, and keep your children and pets safe with one call to Revamp Fence, South Central Wisconsin's trusted source for high-quality fencing solutions. Revamp Fence installs state-of-the-art vinyl structures 5 times stronger than wood, wind, water, and fade-resistant, easy to clean and maintain, with a variety of stunning color combinations to enhance curb appeal, and backed with a lifetime warranty. Call now during our home safety event. You'll save with 50% off installation of a new fence, or choose 24 months no interest financing. Plus, receive a $250 Home Depot gift card with purchase and a bonus. Call during this program and receive a free upgrade to solar fence post cap lights. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 1-800-565-5096. That's 1-800-565-5096.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $7,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
I'm Darrell Hall of Hall Farms, and this is my John Deere. We farm 1,700 acres of crop ground, and then we also have purebred breeding sheep. We've dealt with Sloan since 1980, and what I think is really makes them stand out is the person-to-person contact, and it seems like they're always on top of their business to the finest detail. And that just amazes me, and I think that's why Sloan's is so impressive to us farmers, and this is why I think of Sloan's first.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
Get the absolute lowest prices now during Ashley's Labor Day event. Save even more on doorbusters at discounts up to 83% off. Like this sofa and love seat set, now $598. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down. Only at Ashley.
We've got a lot of news coming up. An unwavering display of devotion, duty, and patriotism. Meet the soldier who walked through torrential wind and rain to continue to honor America's fallen heroes. That and more news tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And tonight on News 3 Now at 6, the Clean Lakes Alliance hosting its annual Summer Volunteer Days. We'll tell you how you can get involved again next hour. Join us for News 3 Now at 6. And Gary's back with that air quality advisory out there.
Yeah, the wildfire smoke is not too much right now. There's the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. Just a little bit of haze there. Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. This is looking toward the northwest. A little more hazy on the horizon. But the last of the rain showers have moved offshore from Lake Michigan. No rain now expected for the next 10 days. Temperatures are mainly in the upper 60s to lower 70s. Madison, the cool spot right now, at 69 degrees. But temperatures will start warming up. And by the end of the weekend, you'll wish you had temperatures like this.
You wish it was this cool. It's been very comfortable these last few days. Gary, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.